We're getting into it, though. A recharge, King of the Hill to start it off, and man, we're loaded in already. Fight bottom mid towards Camo. Didn't even get any time to analyze this map or King of the Hill or recharge or anything. We're into it. Goonsey getting one onto Caminator. Fight for Camo is still abounds. Bottom mid, Zafrael living over here on this red door. NASCAR's going to take him out, though. 3 dead for Illinois as Brash gets control of this Camo. No hill time yet for either team, but the rotation towards that direction is coming now. As who's that? Goonsey, I think, is over towards Bat Ledge. Gooba is going to get that kill onto Comic. Fresh with his camo towards top A is living, trying to get the kill on Zafrael, but he's going to get taken out. Zafrael from UIUC doing a great job eliminating that camo on the map, but 3 go down for Illinois. Spawners are coming up, though, towards C Plat. Some hill time for York early in the game.
Looking at this to be very early on, York in a very, I want to say they have massive advantage. They've been playing very well over the course of the season. We're in our upper 50%. Did not have to go to the play-in. Illini, one of our 2 teams that is still surviving as play-in squads to meet into the Osiris level of playoffs. But it's definitely Illini that have a lot to prove. I'm going to be looking at Zafrael, especially alongside Goonsey, to maybe make that happen. They get a couple of awesome frags to be able to kick things off. They take over from battery position. Goonsey didn't quite pick up that shock rifle just a moment ago. They're just trying to keep over into the corner, see if they can be able to steadily keep through some of that extra damage, but they've nearly met and now exceeded this early hill time from out of York.
Yeah, York got control of the hill early, but UIUC was able to respond and get some hill time of their own. They're almost done with this hill right now as NASCAS is running up towards top gold. He's got a teammate, a friend, and Fresh over there, but he's taken out pretty quickly by Comic. NASCAS over here towards Bat Ledge, going to do what he can to get a kill. He does get the kill, but there's 2 more UIUC players close. They're both one-shot. They both get taken down. Oh my goodness, NASCAS still alive in the hill now. 3 dead for UIUC as YCP is grabbing control of this hill right now, holding it to try to secure it early in the game to make it a 1-0. UIUC doesn't look like they're in a great spot to chow. Zafrael, the only player over towards Whirlpool, trying to just get some shots and some nades out. There's 2 YCP players in, and they're going to get that hill, and Zafrael's going to go down as well.
50-50 slays attempted by the Illini as they hope to force York into more desperate situations, but they are also hoping to get their spawners to get maybe some free time onto blue pipes, which is what we shift over to for hill number 2. Paper Bag basically left as a lone man on the totem pole, trying to deal with everyone coming in. Gooba wasn't exactly expecting him there, and that's going to be a plasma that just goes away, so they will at least zone him out. 3 down. Paper Bag hoping to win that fight. They send 1 out as Gooba doesn't really have to stand there and take it. And now with his camo, Fresh is literally able to just kind of roam around as they see fit. All of the Illini are going to be on the opposite side of recharge as they aim to invade their control room.
Yeah, Fresh kind of just stood there on the box back C for a minute. Not sure what happened there, but kind of a waste of the camo, or a few precious seconds of the camo at least, as UIUC is getting a push over here towards the hill. Comic is able to get 1, gets a double kill. Actually, Fresh is going to get the kill, though, onto that last UIUC player around. They are in the hill, though, looking for 1 more. He gets the melee, gets the shots, and then he comes in from NASCAS, but Zafrael gets the trade. Shock rifle is up, but nobody is there to grab it. They're all fighting for this hill right now. Gooba just jumping out bottom mid. NASCAS going to get that kill and that trade. Halfway through is of both of the teams in this second hill. YCP, though, is the one that is ticking closer and closer to victory now. But UIUC comes in with the collapse. 1 dead for YCP. Caminator alone in this hill. He's going to get hit from both sides. 3 players shooting at him. Comic's going to get the kill, but here comes the flank from the YCP players. Paper Bag is all over it. There's 2 players there. He's going to eat the nade, not die quite yet. Gooba's going to finally get the kill. Goonsey looking to get more. A teammate comes by. It's Fresh, last one alive. They're all dead. 2 dead now for YCP as UIUC grabs control of this hill and looks to make it 1-1 unless NASCAS can do anything. He does. Double kill for him. UIUC, there's 1 more player there, but teammates are abounding for YCP as they're able to make sure that they secure hill number 2 and steal it out of the hands of UIUC at the last possible second.
Skin of their teeth. You can basically see it just barely through the visor of their helmet. My goodness, NASCAS coming up clutch. He can do it on the mic and apparently can do it in the game when York needs the most. YCP, for all intents and purposes, they steal that thievery. It's a rogues gallery out here of getting it from the sentient eye of the Illini. So Illinois is going to be feeling a little bit disheartened considering that this might have been at least a tied ball game going through this portion. But hill number 3 at Whirlpool, they aim to keep this one down in distance. Illinois has got to be very frustrated, but got to keep it level. And so far, every hill has been very hotly contested, especially the most recent blue pipes. But for YCP, this one is much more down in distance.
NASCAS and Gooba alone in the double digits department right now, just adding points to their board. Gooba going to get taken out by Paper Bag, though. And some hill control here for UIUC as the YCP players go down. Frash is over here towards this camo. The smoke will not connect, but he will grab it and catch a nade as well. So camo is down bottom mid. Nazcast is there to at least maybe contest it, but he has a little bit of damage. Going to have to wait. UIUC going to opt to not do anything about it and let him grab it for free. But they almost have this hill, but Nazcast with the camo is looking to change that pretty quickly. Paperbag going to do what he can to run away and wait for help. Nazcast, though, just being really annoying in this hill. Maybe going for a ninja, not quite able to connect. He's the last player alive. He's taken out. What a waste of a camo from him. Caminator is standing still. C-Plat, maybe we got to disconnect, but it's 2-1.
Also not a bad position to be. Oh, it will be a disconnect. Okay. All right. So regardless, YCP had a good opening design, able to get some early hill time, and this one does in fact go over to batteries. So with that camo, everyone's going to be basically running it down towards this control room. But I like the bait that YCP is actually playing. They keep towards that C-plat side where they spawn out from blue, and then they're seeing if anyone from the Illini are going to overextend. Guba wants to take on 2 targets, but that is 2 targets too many, and that means some of the slays come up really important for the side of YCP. But they end up forcing Illinois to half strength, and everything's just a toss-up from here.
UIUC got control of that camo, but not Frash himself. Eliminated it, so we got no camo on the map right now, and no hill time for either team. Just a little bit for UIUC, but not enough to call it anything. YCP hopping in that hill, though, worth Caminator. 2-0 over here towards top glass. Nades are coming in from UIUC. Comic's going to jump up. No more nades in the back pocket, but a battle rifle in the hands. Nades for Comic, though, going to come in. The kills come in. 2 back smacks, though, come in for YCP. Guba playing his life towards bottom mid. Paperbag going to have to run away from that sticky nade as YCP is still in that hill.
For a little bit of time, and they've done very good about protecting the man that they have to sacrifice to the batteries. I feel like that's an unsung praise that must occur. You always have to at least have someone touching the hill when it comes to King of the Hill, but before protection on recharge, it can be so tough to just get back to site, and then if you can have one man held, they are able to own into rafters, and it's such a good position. Able to win on that fight. Guba slams down one, so Gunzi and Zafrael, which are the 2 top slayers for Illinois, end up disappearing from the entire function. You're getting some extra hills as they just can't quite find a target. Doesn't matter. Comic ends up disappearing. Caminator does the same thing at the behest of a frag, and YCP looks like they're going to own batteries again.
Having to hop out for just a second to chow these guys top glass. The kills do come in for UIUC. They're going to be in this hill. 2 players for UIUC in the hill right now. It's Nazcast, the last player close by to do anything over here in long haul. Just gonna have to play his life and be really annoying, but they're gonna find him. It's Paperbag getting that melee, but not before Nazcast can get a sticky off that takes Gunzi out of the hill. Caminator getting one as well. 2 dead for UIUC. Comic gonna have to get this guy out of A. The sticky grenade comes in, but he's gonna force the trade. Guba, it's a suicide on the scorecard, but we know what happened there. Crash towards top glass, getting a kill, contesting the hill, looking for more. Gonna try to secure this hill for his team, and he does. Maybe not, though. The contest comes in from UIUC. Zafrael, the last player to do anything. 2 players in the hill for YCP, and they're gonna secure it to make it 3-1 with 2 minutes to go in this King of the Hill on recharge.
If you add up the scoring total differences between hill number 1 of this reset map and hill number 2 of our previous set, you would add up basically 2 fingernail lengths, maybe just 1, because it was so little difference. And last second, YCP being able to clutch up and put that one away. Will it be the same as we go towards blue pipes one more time? YCP trying to secure King of the Hill for this game, this first game. They've got less than 2 minutes. That really is not going to be a huge factor because they've already bled out at least 33% onto hill number 2. And Illini, we had a long fight over towards the elevator for all things.
What's happening in A right now when the hill is bottom blue pipes, man? That was insane. But YCP is about halfway through this hill right now. I can't. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm sorry. But Comet gets the melee kill. Nazcast gets the perfect kill onto him, playing his life in this hill. 3-1 here. They only need 1 more hill to secure this game, but 4 go down for YCP as UIUC gets a little bit of hill control. Shock is up. We'll see if they play for it, but they got to make sure nobody from YCP gets in through white for free.
YCP Spartan was just hanging out, you know, put a hand to the ceiling and just staying there. A little bit of extra external side fights, and this is actually plays into advantage whoever at least has a man to the hill. If you're able to force a lot of these spawners that have to deal with you early and often, especially from the backside perimeter of recharge, then that's a lot less time that's being challenged directly onto this hill. Zafrael hoping to take on 2 targets. Well, that's 2 targets too much. Nazcast as well as Guba, which is not 2 players that you want to have to deal with, They're going to hold at least the doors closed for the moment. They might be able to secure this game. Ain't no one getting in for freezies. You've got Comet that's trying to be able to press them out. They try to take on the rest of it, but they cannot get it done. Illinois, they were given one extra chance to try and reset away, but that one hill they got on Whirlpool was all they're going to gather. YCP take an early lead in the series. Yeah, if you're looking at the Bulldog right there, camera guy is just giving you a look into the past. The future is now, old man, and I'm saying that ironically. Let's go into a Slayer. We got some streets. If you're going to try and prove that you are a play-in team that is going to make it into those lower quarterfinals to match up with your cohort who did the same, well, UIUC, you need to find a win here. YCP, they start off with a very early lead.
Ammo coming up in 10 seconds. That's going to be pretty big. All 4 players up over here for YCP towards Police Station and B. Kills come in. The flank is coming in, though, from Comic. Right now, the back smack for Nazcast. Double kill for him. Going to look for this camo. Paper Bags bottom benches. Not going to be able to do anything. Goonsey is bottom C. Going to try to take out Nazcast before he can pop this camo. He's going to take him out. Camo is going to be down in ATM. Gooba's going to get Zafrael. Goonsey going up on the map. Caminator, perfect kill with your favorite gun. Gooba, look to grab that camo. I don't think anybody's got it yet, but it looks like Frash himself is grabbing it, popping it, and he's going to abuse it.
Frash looking for extra information. Zafrael is just going to try and straight up beat him on the wiggles, and Goonsey wants a cleanup kill. That is solid communication from out of the Illini, and it's dead even through our first 16 kills. Make it a double kill, though, to try and make that a little bit more lopsided. That one out of Nazcast, as they want to take control. Good communications comes from great casters, and much the same thing in equal but opposite. That one is Frag City and Pink Street and Cafe, and this one has gone pretty darn quick through the first 20 kills.
You know what? I think that was a teammate Frag City that we had there for Nazcast. Unfortunate for him, but it's going to be 10-10 on the scoreline here. Rash starting off a little bit slow, 0-4, but got 4 assists as well. Can't be mad at him for that. Caminator, though, going to pick up another frag kill right there to make it a 1-kill lead for him and YCP. Slowing it down just a little bit, but here comes the push. Nazcast gets 1. Comic and Zafrael getting into bottom A. Zafrael gets a kill onto Goob. Goob gets Comic, though. 11-13, 2-kill lead. Nazcast and his teammate here towards back A, having to play their life. Zafrael still alive, not taken out. Finally, YCP Nazcast is going to get him to make it a 3-kill lead for him and his team.
I remember the previous couple of weeks we saw Illinois play, and there was a lot of chatter from their program, and I think from even their coach, depending on who you were talking to, about how much they do extra work for their Slayer. They want to maintain so much of that for this team that, I mean, this game is built on killing each other, right? So they want to focus on a lot of that. And so when you're seeing UIUC doing what they're doing right now and keeping just on the heels of YCP and sometimes even forcing their way into a leading position, I'm not at all surprised. They focus so much onto it. Nazcast and Gooba gonna be right nearby as they hang on to PD. This game and this map mode combination can slow down and have rapid fire just moments of getting lit up. It's gonna be Zafrael down in the corner and York slightly, actually no, we're dead even. I thought they had taken a little bit more of a lead.
Tied it up 19-19, 9 minutes to go in this Slayer game as all the YCP players spawn up towards back tram. Shots are coming out, damage is out. Goonsey's going to pick up Caminator. 1 dead for YCP. No dead for UIUC yet, but they're all one-shot. Zafrael is going to collapse, get the kill onto Gooba. 2 dead now. Nazcast getting out, gets the kill onto Goonsey. Getting 1 more kill on the board for his team, but they're down 2. 22-20, 8 minutes to go.
Kill goes up, allows a little bit of rotation of 1v2. You walk away with a kill. That's absolutely everything that you can want, and more. Paper Bag is absolute, but it doesn't matter as they try for this, at least a quick chow. They can't quite get that done, and that is a pinball of Spartans. A 2-point lead right now held by Illinois. As they try to run away, Gooba cannot find any kind of Fortress of Solitude by themselves. Nazcast, Caminator's weak. They get cleaned up. Nazcast trying to re-peek back into Comic. And Comic has been one of those players that I have been very concerned about over the course of their league play. They have shown up. This is a massively improved Spartan. They're still up only by 2. Illinois will at least see Spartans trying to run behind them. 9-5 as Nazcast. Frash has a ton of assists, and everyone else is just trying to slow the roll and see if they can outmaneuver Illinois.
Didn't find any Fortress or Solitude, but they found some Street Slayer. Come on. We're into it. 3-kill lead for UIUC right now as 1 go down for both teams. Frash is able to pick up Comic. The nade connects. 3 dead now for York. 4-kill lead. We saw Illinois down early. We saw them come back and tie it up, and now we see them with a little bit of a lead. 1 team fight away to get this game going. All players for YCP over here back towards A. Paper Bag, though, with that Stalker rifle. Looking to do some damage, but he's going to run away. Wait for his team. Little decision time coming in. What's Illinois going to do here? Are they going to collapse? Or are they going to get collapsed on? That looks like what's happening right now. Frash gets one. Gooba coming out to get one, but Goonsy's going to be able to pick him up. 1 dead now. There's one player trapped in caution. There's 2 players for YCP, and Tyre's going to get a little bit of flank here, but they're picked up pretty quickly by UIUC to get this lead even bigger right now. For UIUC, man, 2 dead. Zafrael getting a little bit aggressive, but he's going to get punished for it. YCP, excuse me, just punishing them for a little bit of an overextension, and they're going to get camo for it, but they're going to get taken out.
That's a fantastic clear of utility. Get rid of the camo as soon as it's picked up. And if you're Paper Bag, you better be giving a little kiss on the cheek to Zafrael. They covered your butt the entire time that people were trying to invade through that window side. And they did a fantastic job about making sure their teammate with the red gun is able to live just a little bit longer. And now with a 6-kill lead, making it up to the 40 mark is Illinois. YCP they're resting on their heels. Not exactly where they want to be. They tried to make a back tap out of it. They hit them in the back of the belt, and eventually they get cleared out as well. Illinois within less than 10 points to try and turn this into a tied series and really see if they can catch York sleeping.
You can definitely see the work that UIUC puts into Slayer coming to fruition right now. It's like I said earlier, they were down, they were even, and now they're up. 43-37, only need 7 more to win this game, but there's plenty of damage coming from YCP. They're going to have to retreat back into C. Caminator may be trying to get somewhere in B steps, but he's picked up from that player towards top C. So the push from YCP is stalled. Zafrael gets one with the nade. Nazcast just sitting in red room waiting for someone to poke their little head out. But Nazcast's going to poke his head out and get it taken off right there by Paper Bag. The melee kill comes in for, I don't know, was that Comic or Goomsy? It was Comic. Gets the kill, 46-37, only 4 more, and there's 2 YCP players running back A, but UIUC is all over it. Here comes the push. They get 1, looking for 2. Gooba's going to have to play his life. Paperbag's playing aggressive. Goonsy's behind him, gets 1. Zafrael gets 1, 49-37, only need 1 more. 3 dead are YCP, and UIUC is looking to run down this pink side to find Caminator. He sees him. He's going to have to play his life and get away. He's doing it successfully right now. Frosh gets the kill onto Comic. Here comes the push, and the kill comes in for UIUC to tie up the series 1-1, 50-38 win on Slayer Streets Game 2.
Depending on how structured you are, we'll have 2 snipers, and no, this is not Argyle. This is simply a couple of folks and a couple teams that want to be able to sling 50 cows at each other, and you already have Paper Bag maybe aiming to steal one away from YCP.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite moves at the beginning of the game, to at least contest the enemy's snipe and not let him get it for free. Run out bottom mid and grab it. But look at that Paper Bag grabbing control of that OS for free. Frash is going to hit a shot onto him, though, take half of it away. But he's going to play aggressive with it. He's not playing too aggressive. He's playing pretty passive. That OS is burned. He has none more. And Frash is over here towards the side of his hut. Going to take a little bit of map control here with this snipe. And it looks like there's a UIUC player over here towards the top main of YCP with his snipe. Playing with it pretty aggressive. Not Frash, though. Gonna pick up Zafrael in the back of the head with that 50 cal.
That's what you want to see out of UIUC. Don't allow YCP to start getting everything all set up. Frash running it down. Holy cow. Making this look like Doom on the old Mac. So Illinois, they see themselves being hunted. You actually have Nazcast and Frash. They're trying to take this one from the sewer underneath. See if they can get rid of at least a couple of them. They do pick up a sniper. So that means we got a couple in hand between both Frash and Nazcast. And things did not go well for them last time that they were released on the Slayer side of the situations. And they do recognize Comic and Company that there's at least a couple players that are still there. So very defensive matchup thus far, even for all the aggression we've seen top mid.
That's definitely playing out slow, like you said. It's one of the slower maps, and that's exactly what's happening right now. We got 2 snipes in the hand of YCP. I think one of them's out of ammo, but you never like to see your snipe in the enemy team's hands, especially on a map like this. But the nade trade comes in from the grave. 4 dead now for UIUC as Not Frash is in their snipe hut. Looks like Caminator's looking to grab a pole right now. Zafrael towards the back. Mohawk gonna jump up and get that kill onto Frash. But the flag is out. Caminator trying to play with his life. Get out as far as he can, but it looks like Zafrael's going to pick him up, and that flag run is going to be stopped momentarily. See if Frash has anything to say about it.
Oh, difficult position, but it ends up being perfect. It's as easy as that. So now with 3 down temporarily, Gooba, the one man that's holding on to his position, and Caminator is going to try and at least make this one difficult. Zafrael is threatening to have this pull. Instead, it's going to go into the hands of Paper Bag. No, so yeah, they have two different ideas. Where did that flag go? It just fell off the front of the podium. So not exactly where they were hoping to find themselves. I think Zafrael had turned around to try and take it down to the other side of the ramp, and so this one kind of a miscue from the Illini.
Raphael, though, going to sit in that water area and just be really annoying. Wait long enough to get his shields back and then get that flagpole. Thrash, the last player alive to at least do anything, but he's going to opt to run away towards the bottom sewer area and ping that snipe, let his teammates know it's almost coming up. But the collapse comes in. The flag looking like it's about to be home unless Nazcast can get the shot, but he's not in time, but he does hit the shot right there on to Zafrael. Goonsy gets one. Another snipe for Nazcast. Looking for more. 3 dead for UIUC. Last player alive, nowhere to be found, but they're spawning up in their back base. But YCP is going to get this pull.
I was a bit of a doubter, and Illinois, after just a little bit of issue, end up making themselves a cap, but good for 3. 3 for 3 on their first 3 shots straight off the rack is Nazcats, who is taking the best of this fantastic situation here for YCP. They track down a couple from top mid. That flag is just threatening to be able to get turned in. They try to track him down. They know that this is still a nice S7 in the hands of Nazcats. He's going to reposition. Very smartly does so. Paper Bag is trying to at least employ some pressure from off on their top platform of where that sniper spawn comes from, and they know that they can get Nazcast just off angle, might be able to just clear them off the board, but this is giving time for Illinois to come down this bridge lane. Nice solid shot. Zafrael, that's a double kill. That's a killing spree. They do at least get the pull out. Actually, now you have both flags on top of each other. It's just a matter of time. With OS gone as well, YCP should be able to bring this back up.
Nazcast got the unofficial Quigley right there, hit both players, got them both to one shot, but didn't get the kill, so he won't secure the medal, but man, it was looking good anyways, as they are able to secure that flag cap to make it 1-1. It was looking pretty dirty there for a second, but they are able to finally get it with the flank from Nazcast. He's making sure Paper Bag is not going to live in his base. Zafrael gets 2 on his flag plat. Comic's going to clean him up, and that's 3 dead now for YCP, but the pull comes in finally. Gooba is there to get the shots, but he's taken out, not taken out, but he's backed off. And the flag is going to be through at least a halfway point, but Gooba gets the kill right there onto Goonsy bottom mid. Paper Bag got to kill Gooba here if they want to secure this flag, but he's going to be really annoying and just play his life as long as he can to make sure his teammates have a little bit of time to get close.
Oh, this actually could be a steal because Zafrael ends up having to leave that flag behind, and with Gooba pushing all that extra damage, they need to get to this one. I don't think they're going to pick it up, and in fact, that was massive. Good defense from out of the Spartans. Gooba and the rest of the team will go down, but because Gooba was taking all those extra shots from as deep of an angle as they saw that rotation going towards the sewer end of the map for the Illini, so they just had to keep rotating over. Paper Bag couldn't clear him out, and now the threat angle ended up just the worst situation for them. Caminator is tracked down. You have snipers coming up in about 25 seconds. Thrash is hoping to at least get some extra target acquisition to get rid of Illinois, but YCP is currently pushed back into their base. An overextension of 1, and you're seeing all the utility, power weapons and all, starting to come up online.
Yeah, you love when all 3 of them spawn up at the same time. You know you're going to be playing for your snipe, but we'll see who plays for the OS. Thrash is on his snipe. Actually, Thrash is on the snipe of UIUC, waiting for it to come up. Caminator going to grab that camo. The nades are coming in for UIUC, but none of them connect. The melees don't connect either. Thrash is going to get 2 with the snipe. Caminator looking to get this guy in water, but he's just playing his life perfectly right now. He's still alive. He's finally taken out by Caminator with the OS, but so much OS was burned right there on that just absolutely insane mouse and cat and mouse play right there, but the flagpole does come in, and 3 go down for UIUC. Got to fumbled it a little bit, didn't hit the curb slide. We're going to take this flag out a little bit slow, but it doesn't matter because 3 are dead. We got to snipe top mid, and we're connecting with it.
Yeah, look at me like me just trying to be able to run into the kitchen, get some cereal, just hobbling along. So that 2 solid snipes, only Comic left alive. Illinois is probably going to witness this one. No, Caminator does in fact die. Thrash has a chance to pick up where they left off, and so as much as that one was slowed down, inevitability might be coming right back around the corner. Goonsy with a fat frag as that lands on the feet of a would-be cap artist. Can they be able to get at least another one? They don't have enough damage, and they're not going to overexpose themselves. Gooba, find 1, and now just 1 away. YCP within distance of getting not just this game, but as well as match point to try and force out a game 4.
One flag lead here for YCP. One player dead for UIUC. 3 players over there towards their, I don't know, pistol side. Whatever. Zafrael top mid, though, fighting Gooba. Shooting a little bit of nades right now. 4.5 minutes to go. Gooba gets one. No pulls coming in quite yet. Just a little bit of a Slayer game. OS up in 20. Paper Bag trying to get a kill, but Gooba's there with that carbine. The sticky nade connects. Caminator towards his back base. Looking to posture maybe with his team for this OS top mid. Coming up in 12.
Illinois knows that they basically need to force a game 5, get themselves to a Slayer to have the highest possible chance for taking out YCP from this entire competition. Remember, this is single elimination at this point after both these teams lost out in the upper side of the bracket. Lay-in possibilities and tickets not yet punched. That OS goes away. They don't make that flag pull. Paper Bag is trying to defend the base, defend this house for all of a moment. A lot of these nades being shot out and thrown out, but Goonzy does drop down, but that is a trade, so they're going to be less armed and less available to try and continue pushing against the fortress of Illinois. Now Zafrael off the thruster. Can't quite keep themselves alive. So Paper Bag goes down. There's one man left to beat. I think it's Goonzy from just around the corner. And Nazcast at 18-9. His cohort and Gooba at 22-11 seem to be running shop in 2.0 land.
We love the double-digit department around here. We're in the 20 kills department as well. Flagpole came in for YCP, but they're not going to get it past anything really right now. But you know what? They might get the UIUC snipe out of it.
Nice thievery. Ooh, don't land it off the rack. So close yet so far. This one might be a leg too far for Illinois to have to run afterwards. Hitting the wall doesn't really help you ball, but that's still York Spartans. Might be able to put this one all away. Trying to at least get a pull. Caminator and company just have to be able to defend, and Zafrael, the last man alive, to really be impactful, but there's too much momentum. Gooba will land it on the mark. YCP, they go to match point, and that means that Illinois is under threat of being eliminated.
Like, if I have free reign of C, I love holding it over there. I mean, it's a great spot. You get to play it, and it's unlike the new maps where, like, it's kind of just like a play and then go back and then a play and then go back. It's like, if you play it off, it kind of completely resets the map. And you get to just play Slayer for a little bit and then get your slays and take it to wherever you want to go. But a lot of teams opt to go towards C, and that's exactly what YCP is trying to do early. But the kills are coming in for UIUC. 2 dead for both teams now. 2 seconds on the board. Not quite enough to win the game, but enough to get it started as Caminator grabs this snipe.
If you are Illinois, you do not want Caminator to be holding that S7. Camo will come up in about 20 seconds or so. Actually, it's up right now. So it's free wheeling for whoever wants to be able to grab it, trying to guard their teammate, but Fresh is dead behind Turbine. So they're getting pressured away from Keydor, and so now everyone for the side of YCP knows that they are just basically fish in a barrel, and they are turned into a skewer. Zafrael and Paper Bag, and they win this fight from scoreboard as Gooba is right behind it all. They already have 4 assists. I think a plethora of that probably went over to Nazcast, and as this one slowly gets away from him, Comic will be tracked down. So early points, finally a grab and possession as they run it towards this window side. I've seen this one be kind of the favor of the anti-reset play for Oddball.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it really causes you to fight for the death, but if you lose it, it can really punish you. But you have control of camo, you have control of snipe, and you're forcing them all to spawn dummies. It can be really well if you play it nice, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. Nazcast with this camo looking to kill Comic right now. Finally does get the kill. Killing spree for him. Goonzy gets the melee, but not Fresh comes back and gets the melee trade. 3 dead for UIUC. Last player alive. Paper Bag over here towards the camo spawn. Gonna get some shots, but not quite enough to get a kill. And more points ticking up for YCP.
Tough angle to have to deal with, and Paper Bag doesn't really have a lot of options. I haven't seen a lot of slays so far, and the majority on the side of YCP has come through the hands of Nazcast and company, but both them and Fresh, and 75% of the team just disappeared as that one now is held in the hands of Zafrael. That's not the main dude that you want to have to be scoring points, but they're going to have that sniper. Oh my lord, Gooba! Oh, where's your head, boy?
Disgusting. Grabbing that snipe, dropping that ball, and getting him a snipe right there. Oh my goodness, right? Great play from Zafrael to make it 6-3 for him in the kills deaths department. Nazcast is the next player close, looking to peek. Misses the first one, hits the body shot on the second. Gonna have to play his life a little bit. So is Nazcast. Ball still in control of UIUC here in back A. If they're able to get this kill onto Gooba, the nade does connect just a little bit to get him down a little bit. Caminator is there. He's gonna peek. He's gonna get taken out by Goonsy. A perfect kill for him. And Zafrael's making sure that nobody peeks that big door area. They're both coming to sandbags. Camo's up also. Nobody's over there to grab it quite yet. The slays are coming in. 2 dead for YCP. Make that 3 dead. Caminator, last player alive. He's a spawner over towards back C. Gonna have to contest this camo from Zafrael. Not able to connect. The no-scope. Oh, no. He has a repulse in his back pocket. He hits the one shot, though. Not going to take him out. Gonna catch a nade, and it's going to explode right in his face to take him out. But no more snipe on the map.
That's a toughie. I was thinking almost for a second that they were trying to repulse the camo. They're like, screw it. Here, take it. I don't want this anymore. But Ghostman is maybe picked up, I think, by YCP as they do rotate through that other side of Turbine. You have Frash and company that are all very weak. You still have 2 survivors there for Illinois. 3 go down, actually, as Zafrael is the only one left alive, and it's going to be Nazcast on that camo. Might be able to turn this fight around as they have to deal with Zafrael, who has been such a thorn to anyone that has to do some slaying work against them. But he will go back up to this top end of scoreboard, go into top mid, in support of Frash. Everyone from Illinois just waiting to kind of get back in order over towards A. We're approaching the midway mark of this first round of Oddball. Nazcast is exterminated as they end up getting rid of 3, though. So give up their life for the good cause. A couple of them, maybe a triple kill in the works. Caminator is going to deny that. And in fact, they get back to scoring some points.
First oddball points on the ball for Caminator this game. Kind of rotated away from the spawners of UIUC, and Nazcast is going to cover his retreat as they're almost to the 50-point mark here. Players for UIUC pushing towards top mid. Nazcast is all over it. There's one player for UIUC over towards the camo spawn. Could be good for them if he's able to get through, but he is spotted out and pinged by the players for YCP. He's going to get flanked by Nazcast. Nazcast gets one, looking for another one, gets the double kill. Oh no, his teammate took his double kill. Anyways, they're going to play that ball off the map, 64-26. Plenty of lead here for YCP. They're in a comfortable spot, but the slays are coming in for UIUC. Uba, though, down bottom mid, here to chow this ball. Make sure UIUC doesn't get out for free, and Caminator going on a little bit of a flank.
It's the first time in a while, though, actually, the entirety of this that we've seen him play ball. So very interesting to see now as we kind of rotate from one of the map to the other. You get these little microcosms of some short meta as where this is going to be played. And like you had mentioned, Livefire has a lot of options. In fact, at least 3 of them, depending on if you want recess or to play into life. So for YCP, Frash, seeing if they're going to challenge at least some of this camo that should be on the spawn as they want to bring this ball up towards tower. They're going to leave on the low side of Plat. That's going to give Goonsy at least a kill as they get the camo and should get some extra information. In fact, all of Illinois will be here. Caminator will die. So points being acquired eventually. They got to get into at least one of their teammates' hands. His teammate's down, so all he can do really right now is see if he can be able to ruin and sabotage YCP coming up to be able to meet him.
Goonsy's got to be baffled right there, watching his teammates spawn back A after everyone's dead, and he has control of C with the camo. I don't know. Spawns have been so weird in this game recently, but hey, you know what? The camo, I think it's the first camo for UIUC. They got kind of blundered by the spawns from the game, 66-27. No ball time for UIUC after getting that 4 dead onto YCP. Unfortunate for them how that one turned out. Less than a minute to go in round 1 of All Ball, though. Snipes up and double kill for Caminator.
Caminator has been tracking him down. Even at 8 and 11, this is definitely a player that you just can never discount for being impactful and especially an omnipotent threat always onto this map. Zafrael hoping to walk this one away. They're going to go back to the A side of this map, expecting anyone to show up. See, once get the remote detonation. Oh, didn't realize that they were actually dodging away from a 50 cal just behind them. Nazcast ends up getting rid of the rest of their life, but still, he is now fragged to high heaven as they are tossed into the bin. Paperbag, the only one left for Illinois. Frash is giving some extra pings for the rest of his teammates of the Spartans to be able to get rid of them as they are now stuck in a weird spawn. 17 seconds left to go. Not a lot of time to get the job done. In fact, it's just going to become a slayer in favor of YCP. York trying to get this one over with a full team wipe. That should be able to do it, but this ball is at least in the middle of the map, and they're just going to make it difficult to get to. I don't think that Illinois has a chance. They're going to have to rely on the next couple of rounds, but York is trying to make it a short one as they want to end it here in Game 4.
And pretty commanding there from YCP. Got plenty of ball time, and then she got to play Slayer after that. And you know what? UIUC is a Slayer team, like they say, but YCP won that Slayer, at least in this oddball round. So we're starting off in round 2. YCP in the lead in this, like you said, little best of 3 here in this oddball game. No ball time early, no kills quite yet, but here it comes. Goonsey with the snipe, gonna run out bottom key door and get taken out, delivering that snipe to Fresh, Amazon Prime style, and he's gonna hit one, misses the shot onto the second. It's Zafrael pushing this camo. The melee comes in for Gooba, and ball time comes in for Nazcast. Here comes the camo. Snipe is still there. There's 2 YCP players there contesting it. Fresh not connecting, hits that one. The nade dance continues here on the camo spawn as nades are coming out from UIUC. Gooba still alive. Grabs the camo. I think they got the camo, man. No camo quite yet. Goonsey with the flank, though. UIUC is going to secure some ball time and this camo early in round 2.
It feels confusing, but because I think that Nazcast had the repulsor when he climbed up on a turbine. That's the second time around that we've seen someone have utility in their back pocket when going up for the camo. So eventually that does at least get burned. Frash falls out, but Illinois, they've been able to find a minor lead, very narrow. Nazcast continues to be the person that we say the name thereof because he has been showing up 16 and 10. This ball in a precarious situation because just like you mentioned, if you end up bringing it to this side and you play much more for death, then that means as soon as the rest of the team is wiped out, then you have to go and recover much the same. Nazcast F7, he's gonna play around the pillar. Oh, but his teammate gets a nice back smack.
Paper Bag gets a kill as well, but more ball time. Caminator's going to finally have to drop it and shoot his gun just a little bit. Gets the nade kill. Zafrael gets the kill onto Fresh, though. Caminator, last player for YCP in the area, going to get that kill onto Zafrael and secure a little bit more ball time for his team. As spawners are coming up for YCP towards scoreboard and for UIUC towards back B. Here comes the push, not Fresh, just sitting over here towards bottom tower after spawning up. The collapse coming in from UIUC, though. Gooba trapped in a triple pinch. Going to be taken out. Caminator by himself. Going to get back smacked by the Paper Bag himself. And some ball time for UIUC as Camo's up in 20. Fresh, last player alive, bottom mid.
Gonna have some good information and some good viewpoint from that window side as well. Fresh is going to go up top mid. They have a QT that's coming online from that green side. And look actually how you have some of these crossfires. A 2-man setup just outside of that lane to try and go into mid. So I like the looks of that from Illinois as they go 34 all. Remember, they need this round and they need the next one thereafter if they want to force a game number 5, which is the only pathway for Illinois to go and have a date with Utah Valley. For York, it's all about getting the job done here and then having ourselves a green v green for all the dudes that want to be mean. For Illinois, Goonsey is going to hold this one. And it feels like York has had to take their sweet time. They're going to rely on some of these spawns. They got the camo in the hands of Fresh, and that S7 will be coming up in about 5 more seconds.
A little bit of news from the B stream as well. UNA has secured their spot at the LAN. They're going to be going. So that is our 3rd team secured for the LAN spot. Looking for our 4th team right now. Got to win this one and got to win one more. Whoever wins this one is going to keep going on to UVU. But we got to worry about oddball first. And a little bit of body shots coming out from Gooba right now, showing him who's boss over here at Big Door. Past the 50-point mark is YCP. Goonsey trying to get a kill over here towards A-plat, but he's not going to be able to. More points ticking up for YCP. Sniper shot not connecting for Nazcast this time. Throwing some nades out, making sure nobody can show up. Just waiting. Got a few shots left in this snipe. Not able to hit that one either. Looking for one more. Doesn't hit that one. Looking for another one. Hits that one, but the melee doesn't connect, and Zafrael's going to take him out, but Fresh is close by. Team nade comes in to take out Zafrael right there, and Fresh is going to pick up this snipe, reload it, and look to do a little bit more damage as Gooba grabs that ball. Caminator needs a little bit of help on camo here. He's going to help him out. The snipe comes in from Fresh. And a little bit of ball time here. Double 20-point mark, or double 20 kills here. Who else but Nazcast and Gooba reaching that 20-point mark first in the game. Oh yeah, don't forget, Zafrael's got 22.
Everyone's cresting into it. At least one player just kind of biding their time to be able to join the rest. But for York, it feels like they're in general control from this A-side spawn. Caminator and Fresh, that's a nice S7 shot as they simply lay down some covering fire and then they put some hellfire into the back ends of Illinois. Zafrael and Goonsey, they've really got to start showing up because York has a pathway for success. One extra team fight. This one might be able to go away. Now, the ball is in a weird spot. It's just outside this window, so Gooba can't exactly completely go out. We might be relying, at least if you're on the side of YCP, on a full reset of this ball back to low side mid. For Illinois, might have to go all the way across the map to make this happen. This camo comes up. Zafrael was a sneak thief behind the scoreboard. So 3 players from Illinois, now all turned into dust and echoes, memories that no one will forget. here for YCP. 3 seconds up for Camo. Gooba's on the other side of Turbine. He's going to get splash naded. Now he's got a teammate to help him out.
Love that old Halo 1 quote there for all you young ones. That was a quote from Halo 1. Dust and Echoes, man. Killing spree coming in, a little bit more body shots as well. 76 points for YCP. Caminator gonna get the perfect kill with that battle rifle. Also missed that gun too. We should start back with it again. I think I'm tired of this Bandit Evo. We need more BR action, but we're playing some oddball action right now. 77 to 46. Gooba gets the nade kill. Zafriel gets the kill onto Nazcast. Double kill, Killjoy for him. Trying to get some foothold here for him and his team to get a round on the board in this oddball, but there's a pretty big hill for them to climb to get through. YCP looking to finish this game off and finish this series off with 1.5 minutes to go in this last round of oddball. Not going to get up top mid. He's going to try one more time, and it's not going to work. 0-3 on the repulse to top mid is Frash, but don't worry, they're up 2-1 in the series. He's going to try to get oh my god, that was no. Frash just needs to forget about that. That was a life for sure.
That was one of the lives of all time, to say the least. All right, so Nazcast gonna try and chase this one. No. All right. Okay. Hold on. Training packs, gang. All right. Someone's gotta hit their shots. People gotta be able to use a repulsor to jump upwards. I know it's a little bit difficult. This one is now hand delivered as they just throw the S7 directly back to YCP. This has been some kooky oddball to say the least. If things go sideways and a round 3 is in the works, YCP can look at the VOD and be like, all right, what were we doing here? 60 seconds left. Zafrael is going to hold on to the rock on the backside of tower. They're going to try and infiltrate from the underside just towards this ramp as they're going to try and make them chase after. They've got this plasma pistol. They want to at least tie, and they're going to play ball with a second lead. Illinois will be spawning actually in favor as they come up to it. Now it's up to YCP to not let this one go the distance.
YCP and Caminator over there towards Dumby's going to rotate around towards Kedor and catch Comic with his pants down and get the kill onto him. 2 dead for UIUC, 1 dead for York. Frash with this snipe over towards Nest. Trying to help his teammates out. Zafriel barely dodges that sticky nade. Going to chow out onto Nazcast right here. One shot, getting the kill. 78 to 77. Still a 1-point lead. Frash is still over here in back mud with this snipe. Really not really helping his team too much, but just being annoying, making sure that snipe does not get into the hands of UIUC. Spawners come up. Camo's up in 5. It might not mean anything, but it could be big for either team. We saw it come into play earlier in the UOU match when they got Camo and were able to win the match, and Gooba is going to secure it for his team. 14 seconds left, 13, as YCP did get a 1-point lead in this oddball here to try to win it. Zafrael gets a kill though, and he's going to get control of the ball, but the Camo guy comes in. Not able to grab it yet. Gooba has to play his life trying to get the kill onto the ball guy, but it's not going to be enough, and they're going to win round 2 to tie it up in this oddball game. Man, great response right there from UIUC to secure that round 2. It was looking disastrous, but they did what they needed to do and got the win.
I've never seen 3 Stooges come to life in the form of so many Spartans, but a little bit of comedy turns into an advantage for Illinois as they just hold their nerve in the face of elimination from this entire playoff to force the Spartans to have to do it one more time. Can Illinois survive another round of oddball on live fire to get to a game 5, a Slayer that they feel the most confident in, or can the Spartans finally put it away? We go to early interim as we try to be able to take on both the Camo, the ball, and the little sniper up top. Comic trying to give them the wiggles over to Gooba. Gooba in a strange spot as he has to retreat, and it looks like Illinois will actually be able to walk away with a rock.
A little bit of early ball time here for UIUC. We haven't seen that yet from them in this game yet. Goonsy going to get taken out. They're going to be forced to play it. Comic going to get that kill, though. Going to have to play his life as Gooba is towards back mud, just running at him. Comic does not know he got through. Frash over here sitting on Camo, taken out by the paper bag. And a little more ball time here for UIUC as Zafriel is trying to rotate this thing over towards C, but Gooba is there. 3 go down, trying to get that repulse, wasn't able to connect it this time. Zafriel going to get through, going to grab that ball and get towards bottom tower. He's the last one alive. He wasn't able to play it. So YCP, their turn to get some ball time right now as UIUC spawning up across the map. Oh yeah, and Nazcast has Camo.
See, that was a confusing moment. Zafrael generally has pretty good map awareness of where everyone is, but unfortunately for them, it felt like they kind of lost the sauce as who's right behind them. If they had been able to play that, Spartans, maybe that one ends up going the other direction, but right now it's hotly contested. Frash is underneath everybody as they've got that S7, but it is a very wanton toy. They're like, if you're going to come for me, you're going to get shot as I flop this one into the old water. So very smart play. Illinois eventually gets control of the oddball one more time, trying to chuck a frag up into the top side of tower. Comic is left with too little spacing to try and work with on that underside of bridge. And eventually, Nazcast does infiltrate as they are able to go to the top of the castle as the Dirty Rasp.
Gooba going to pick up Goonsy back tower. The trade comes in for Frash and Comic with the melees, 2 dead for Illinois, 1 dead for YCP, and some ball time as they're going to get the lead here in round 3 of Oddball. Paperbag trying to push Camnator out of nest, but the nades are connecting from 2 players right now. He's going to have to play his life. Gets the melee trade at least. Great trade from him, actually. Kind of a throw from Cam. He had plenty of shield there. Didn't have to run and get that kill and die, but he did. Frash gets 1 as well. Goonsy with this QT back tower, but Frash with the active camo over towards Dummies gets the kill onto Comic. As YCP has a little bit of a lead, and they're grabbing more ball time, rotating it back over to C. Goonsy got that QT, though. Gonna get the melee, but Nazcast is all over it.
Oh, that was tough. They knew that they'd had to at least guard it just a little bit longer. Zafrael is sprinting inwards, and eventually, was that a plasma pistol kill? No, they just have a whole bunch of damage. That could have been a triple, didn't need to be, as he got an extra assist to it. And Nazcast 38 and 21, leading this lobby across all 3 of these rounds so far. Camo, Sniper, Frash is the special kid, and the rich family. They got all the toys for Christmas, so they're going to be running around this map and providing a lot of coverage for YCP. Should be able to at least see a few coming. Oh, Comic with a little bit of a dodge. You see the shoulder dip right there. They land one into the shin of Paperbag. Oh, and they land Paperbag straight into the bin.
Snipe giving up to UIUC now, but Gooba is all over it. Running for bottom tower, making sure Goonsy does not get out for free. The no-scope comes in. Gonna have to play a little bit slow here. Goonsy trying to get this kill. Gonna secure it. Nazcast gets a melee kill as well, but that does not change the story with the ball. As YCP is past the 90-point mark now, they only need 10 more, and UIUC is not in a spot to contest it. But as I say that, there's 2 players there. They push up, both get the kill. The melee comes in. Oh, they're able to. Oh my god, triple kill killing frenzy for Nazcast in round 3.
And this team needs them the most. The demon comes out, 44 and 21. 5 points to be able to get it done, 3 points to be able to survive, and the 1 point they needed up underneath pillars. Illinois, good job to get there, but it's just too far of a task to complete. YCP will eliminate the Illini, or Illini rather,